India has taken a major step in its trade policy. India has now imposed a 3-year import tariff on selected steel products. Why? To protect the steel industry from cheap imports, particularly from China. As per a report by Reuters, these tariffs will not be applicable on imports from certain developing countries. The tariffs will be applicable to products from China, Vietnam, and Nepal. It will also not apply to specialty steel products such as stainless steel. So let's decode what this means, why these tariffs have been introduced by India, and what impact it could have. India has announced tariffs on certain steel imports for a period of 3 years. This levy will apply to a range of imported steel products and is aimed at addressing the surge in cheap steel entering the Indian market. Under the new structure, in the first year, imported steel products will attract a 12% duty. In the second year, the tariff will be reduced to 11.5%, and in the third year, it will further come down to 11%. This tariff replaces an earlier temporary duty of 12% that was imposed for 200 days earlier in the year and then allowed to lapse. The core reason behind this decision is a sharp increase in steel imports, especially low-priced shipments from China that has put pressure on Indian steelmakers. According to government findings, this surge was recent, sudden, sharp, and significant, and was seen as causing and threatening serious injury to domestic producers. India's steel industry, which includes major companies supplying material for sectors such as construction, infrastructure, automotive, and engineering, says cheap imported steel makes it difficult to compete. When foreign steel is sold at low prices, sometimes below production cost, it can undercut local prices and hurt the business viability of Indian producers. By imposing tariffs, the government aims to create a fairer market where domestic producers can operate on a more level playing field rather than being overwhelmed by cheaper foreign steel. China is the world's largest producer of steel, and its capacity to produce and export cheap steel means its products are widely available in global markets at competitive prices. When US and other tariffs directed at China's steel sector were introduced earlier in 2025, Chinese shipments were redirected to other markets, including India. This change in global trade flows contributed to an increase in steel imports to India, leading to concerns that Indian producers were being flooded with low-priced material that undercut their own output. Though the tariff applies to imports from several countries, China is seen as the principal source of cheap steel that the new safeguard duty aims to address. The tariff is targeted at selected categories of steel products, mainly those where import pressures have intensified. These include common steel categories used in major industrial applications. However, certain items such as specialized products like stainless steel are excluded from this duty. The tariff will apply to imports from countries including China, Vietnam, and Nepal, while some developing nations are exempted. While the tariff is intended to protect steel producers, it may have mixed implications for steel buyers, such as construction firms, manufacturers, and infrastructure developers. Higher import costs could mean higher input prices for these sectors in the short term. However, supporters argue that a more balanced market and stronger domestic capacity could benefit the broader economy over time. So here's what's happened. India has imposed a 3-year tariff of between 11% and 12% on certain steel imports to protect its steel industry. This tariff starts at 12% in the first year, then gradually reduces to 11% over 3 years. The move is aimed at curbing cheap steel shipments, especially from China, that were hurting local manufacturers. In the short term, this tariff may shield India's steel industry from unfair competition and price undercutting. Over the next 3 years, policymakers will be watching closely to see whether this targeted duty helps revive domestic capacity, stabilize prices, and attract fresh investment. What do you think of it? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section below.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.